fine. Get your hands off me. I'll be a good boy now. Wouldn't want to...
So far, so good. Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
With the soldiers all fighting in the war, there's nobody to hunt down the bandits.
Who comes, Malburn?
Travel has become...
You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest?
I
In the
heard those
kitchens?
ladies up in Winterhold
You know this
trying
is
to
against
figure
the
out how many
rules.
dragons there are.
Rules, is it, Zabani? I
Least
didn't
a
realize
dozen.
that eating moonshine was
Sure.
forbidden.
Exactly.
Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out
Scare
of
us
here.
into giving them
I saw
more money
nothing.
and they can
Your
save
gear
us
is
from
in
the
that
dragon's
chest.
threat.
I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up. Come on. If someone misses me at the party... We're both dead.
Is the food and drink to your liking?
Very much so. And thank you.
I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong.
Did
Good
you
luck.
see those robes
You're on
marching
your own.
this morning? Were they more?
You're dead.
No more!
What?
I told you. I don't know anything else about it. What? Who? What do you want then? Yeah, sure. Okay. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must lead somewhere. No problem. Thanks for springing me. I owe you. Look me up in Riften if you make it out. I saw guards dragging bodies over here. Might be a way out. They grabbed me in Riften. They seem to think I know something. They just kept asking me the same damn questions. Let's get out of here. We've got to get out of here. I damn well hope they're after some old guy named Esbern. Something to do with dragons. I gathered it from listening. I've seen a guy in Riften who they see. Not much to go on. That's it. Now, let's get out of here. Whatever you want. But let's go, now.
Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
Never mind.
Silence,
I'm dead
traitor.
already.
Move. Slowly. God damn you!
Talos guide you.
Mind yourself with that fire. Don't burn anything down now.
mercy! I bet we have rabbit again. I'm getting sick of rabbit. You must be all right if you... Tight.
What happened?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. I might consider joining up myself.
Hey, we got rooms and food. We've got something of a love triangle here in Riverwood. Faendal and Sven, both vying for Camilla's affections.
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful? Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that? You're right. I was sure it must have been them. If not the Thalmor, who? Or what? Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Ironic, right? The old enemies assumed that every calamity must be a plot by the other side. Even so, we've got to find Esbern before they do. He'll know how to stop the dragons, if anybody does. Do they know where he is? Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. It's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Talk to Brynjolf. He's well-connected. A good starting point, at least. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means. The Thalmor happened. They've been hunting down every blade they can find for the past 30 years. Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity. The Great War. Only 30 years passed and already ancient history to most people. Seems to me like it just ended. It's never really ended for me. But to answer your question, the White Gold Concordat was the fancy name they put on the peace treaty between the Empire and the Thalmor. It ended the war and saved the Empire to fight another day. Also trampled on the sacred name of Talos, and gave the Thalmor free rein to stamp out Talos worship throughout the Empire. The Blades have always guarded and guided the Dragonborn, but we'd forgotten why. Now our purpose is clear. I'm all that's left of the Blades, and you're... Together, we're going to stop these dragons if we have to put every last one of them back in the ground.
Ow!
Huh? What is it?
What a waste. Never should have come
I may have roots in Cyrodiil, but Skyrim's as much my home as any Nord's.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. I can't wait here forever.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax. For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? I think you'd be a little smarter than that. All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate. The gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
Welcome to Riften. I had another run-in with the Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Mio. The Thieves' Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers and you could... I've
They
never seen
represent
Mule
the
this
reach.
upset
You're a
about anything.
stranger here too,
The city
huh?
really gets to her.
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between. Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an They're the worst kind. What do you think? You know, I'm beginning to... Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious. Safe travels.
I just don't want you to...
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
City in a long time.
Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your note. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Don't make me laugh. Just stay out of the Blackbriars' affairs. You'll live longer. Stay out of... You aren't worth my time. Piss off. I'm through with you. Get out of my way.
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem. I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
What do you want? I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I was able to work out a deal with the stable. I borrowed some... Now Sapphire wants her money back. You will? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
Well, my
I've never
friend,
seen me
how
all
can I
this
help
upset
you?
about anything. The
My
city
food
really
is
gets
the
to her.
best in all of Skyrim. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir. A small... He showed me a way. I'm always looking to replenish my supply. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Be
Never
careful
done an
looking for
honest
those
day's
teeth.
work in your life for all that coin you're carrying, eh, lad? I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell. It's all about sizing up your mark, lad.
Vegetables as crisp
The way they
as a
walk,
winter's morning.
what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste. I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're going to steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under a stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started. Good. Wait until I start the distraction. Then show me what you're
All
made of.
meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock
Everyone,
joint.
everyone!
Sure.
I have
Oh,
something
thank
amazing
you.
to show you that demands
Divines
your
bless
attention.
your kind heart.
This way, everyone. Over here.
If you're
All
looking
right,
for a
then.
handout, you'll want to speak with my husband.
If you're ever in the market, I deal in specialty goods from
worse.
Morrowind at one of the stands.
No pushing, no shoving.
Keep
Plenty
your
of
eyes
room.
on the road. Come on, Brignold. What is it this time?
Patience, Blanchet. This is a rare opportunity. I wouldn't want you to get left out.
That's what you said about the wisp essence, and it turned out to be crushed nerve root mixed with water.
Well, that was a simple misunderstanding. But this item is the real thing.
Fresh meats and
Lads and
produce.
lasses, I
Get
give
them
you
before they're gone.
Valma Blood Elixir.
Oh, come on. Are you talking?
Keep your hands to yourself.
The one and only. Mystical beings who live in legends and were masters of great magic. Imagine the power that coursed through their veins.
How did you get that then? No one's seen them in years.
All meats.
Skull away. You know what's good for you.
But I can promise you that the contents are genuine. One sip of the elixir and your wishes will be granted. Great wealth, everlasting life, or perhaps limitless power could be yours.
How much does it cost?
Only 20 gold septims. Hurry, before my supply is gone.
This is ridiculous.
See into other people's thoughts. That wisp essence didn't help. But maybe this will.
The problem is your disrespect for the laws of this land. It's time to face smart man. Fine, of course. All right then.
I guess I expected too much from you. I didn't think you'd get pinched. Can't say I'm surprised with the way things have been going around. Nah, my organization's been having a run of bad luck. But never mind that. Even though you fouled up the job, there's plenty of gold out there for the taking, if you're up to the challenge. All right then. The group I represent has its home in the Ratway, but get there in one piece, and we'll see if you've really got what it takes. What is it with you and all these questions? Very well, ask away. Yeah, I bet I know your guy. He's hiding out in the Ratway Warrens, paying us good coin for nobody to know about it.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
All meats
Come back when you grow a
clean
backbone.
and free from rock joint.
A Baron's voices and the highest quality in Skyrim. You...
What was that? Over here!
All you got?
Never should have come here.
Huh?
What?
Give it up, Brynjolf. Those days are over.
I think Brynjolf could give you all. Stick with me, and he'll never even know you're there.
We've all heard that one before. Quit kidding yourself. Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be down in the Ratway Warrens. Nice place, if you don't mind the stench, rats, and assorted lowlifes as neighbor. They call me Dirge, because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you... Why? You think it's funny or something? Yeah, my problem is I'm too tired to... Oh yeah, I think so too. You're pretty Hey, here. Have one on the house. I already told you. They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground.
Well. Colour me impressed, lad.
You need advice?
I'd
Talk to
ever
Brynjolf. I got better things to do.
Well. Colour me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again. Reliable and headstrong? You're turning out to be quite the prize. So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, they owe our organization some serious coin, and they've decided not to pay. I want you to explain to them the error of their ways. Kirava, Ursi Honeyhand, and Helga. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place in our organization. Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get the message across that we aren't to be ignored. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Bad for business. Good. If you need any details on your marks, I'll be here. Now get going. Helga is a devout follower of Dibella and dotes over the statue to the divine that she keeps at the bunkhouse. Use it as leverage, and she'll cave. He's as pig-headed a man as you'll ever find. The key is that ugly dwarven urn in his shop. Smash that thing to bits and he'll change his attitude. Kirava's stubborn, but she's got a soft spot for family. Talk to Talon J at the Bee and Barb, and see if you can get something out of him. They're well acquainted, if you catch my meaning. I'll be here when you're done.
If you're looking for conversation, the flagon isn't the place.
You need advice? Talk to Brynjolf. I got better things to do.
Come back later, and I may have some work for you. Talk to me again when you've proven yourself to Brynjolf.
Huh?
Is someone... What was that? Huh? There's the Blades agent. Kill it!
Bucket? Yes. Inkpot? No.
I had a medal. It had someone's face on it. I threw it away after. It didn't help.
Inkpot, stone, bucket, book, knife. No, never find me.
Come here. I'm gonna eat well tonight, my darling.
Somebody help! Someone do something!
Mercy! Enough!
It's hopeless. He told me. He's right, you know. They were golden, even when they were dead. But their blood was red. I knew it would be. Their fires lit up the night, all across Lake Rumer, like stars. I finally understand what it all means, what it was all for. Their fires lit up. It's hopeless. He told me. He's right, you know.
Go away! What? No, that's not me. I'm not Esbern. I don't know what you're talking about. Delphine? How do you... So you finally found her, and she led you to me. And here I am, caught like a rat in a trap. Ah, indeed. Indeed. I do remember. Delphine really is alive, then. You'd better come in, then, and tell me how you found me, and what you want. This'll just take a moment. This one always fits. There we go. Only a couple more. There we are. Come in, come in. Make yourself at home. That's better. Now we can talk. So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her years ago. Haven't you figured it out yet? What more needs to happen before you all wake up and see what's going on? Alduin has returned, just like the prophecy said. The dragon from the dawn of time, who devours the souls of the dead. No one can escape his hunger, here or in the afterlife. Alduin will devour all things, and the world will end. Nothing can stop him. I tried to tell them. They wouldn't listen. Fools. It's all come true. All I could do was watch our doom approach. Yes, yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand. Oh, yes, it's all been foretold. The end has begun. Alduin has returned. Only a dragonborn can stop him. But no dragonborn has been known for centuries. It seems that the gods have grown tired of us. They've left us to our fate as the plaything of Alduin the World Eater. What? You are? Can it really be true? Dragonborn? Then there is hope. The gods have not abandoned us. We must go quickly now. Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss. But give me just a moment. I must gather a few things. I'll need... No useless trash. I'll put my annotated annuad. One moment. I know time is of the essence, but mustn't leave secrets for the Thalmor. One more I must bring. Well, I guess that's good enough. Let's be off.
What was that?
Oh, you can't be here! You're all dead! I already killed you over and over! There's the Blades agent. Kill him! I'll bury you! At it! Do your best! You should not have meddled in the Tolmor's affairs.
I think Brynjolf could give you all the information you need.
What a waste.
Careful with that fire.
You know, you ain't
Do
so
you need
bad.
something?
Here, take this.
Delphine. It's good to see you. It's been a long time.
It's good to see you too, Esbern. It's been too long, old friend. Too long. Well, then. You made it safe and sound. Good. Come on, I have a place we can talk. Orgnar, hold down the bar for a minute, will you?
Yeah, sure.
This way. Now then, I assume you know about...
Oh, yes, Dragonbow. Indeed, yes. Oh, this changes everything, of course. There's no time to lose. We must locate. Let me show you. I know I had it here somewhere.
Esbern, what?
Give me just a moment. Here it is. Come, let me show you. You see, right here, Skyhaven Temple. Constructed around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Aldrin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore. A hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries. A wise and foresighted policy in the event. Despite the far-reaching fame of Aldrin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Aldrin's Wall? Either of you?
Let's pretend we haven't. What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Aldrin's Wall was where the ancient blades recorded all they knew of Aldwin and his return. Part history, part prophecy. Its location has been lost for centuries, but I have found it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blade's archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's Wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Well, yes, but there's no guarantee, of course.
Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the Reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River Canyon. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call. Your call. Might be safer to travel separately. Attract less attention that way. Don't worry, I'll get Esbern there in one piece. We'll wait for you near Karthspire. Good luck.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get...
This doesn't concern
Move along.
you, citizen.
I am a Thormore Justiciar on important business.
This doesn't
But
concern
you
you.
are interfering.
You've got that fight. I want to be an adventurer. He says he needs me to stay here. His name is Meralki, and he's the innkeeper here. Thank you. I can't stand the thought of being trapped in this village for the rest of my days.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
If you're thinking of setting up to farm, you picked the right place. Secret? What makes you think there's a secret? There are no secrets here, my curious friend. Our prosperity is simply the result of hard work, good fortune, and the blessings of the gods. How can we? We're a community of farmers, not fighting men. If not for the war, we might have enough gods in the hold to protect. Have you met Rorik? He owns these lands, and it's from him that our village gets its name. Rorik fought for the... We were as close as kinsmen, and when Rorik returned home... God might get nervous. I'm happy to spend my twilight years here.
And go wherever I want.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that hole. It isn't safe. Fine, but there's a whole crypt of drop. We're not going in there until the Jarl's men come to clear them out, so I wouldn't go down there.
Hold on.
Seems I still remember my old...
Looks promising. Huh?
Definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
We've got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom. Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar. Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades are our way.
Wait!
Why are you stopping?
Be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Esbern's right. Look like pressure plates.
We'll cross once it's safe.
Looks safe now. Let's move.
Yes, I think we must be close to the entrance. Wonderful. Remarkably well preserved, too. Here's the blood seal. Another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered me with Cyrodiil?
Large seal on the floor. It's coming to life. You did it. After you, Dragonborn. You should have an honor.
Shaw's Walls, here it is. Aldrin's Wall, so well preserved. I've never seen a finer example of early Second-era Kaviri sculpture and relief.
Esbern, we need information, not a lecture on art history.
Yes, let's see what we have. Look, here is Aldrin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Aldrin and the dragon cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Aldrin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory, mythic symbolism. Yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all the news of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for a shout, then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. Those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you've never heard of them, have you? And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel. The Akaviri, the blade. You see their distinctive long swords. Now they need
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? Do not be so sure about that. Beware. The Blades may claim to serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. As for me, I kept from you only what you were not yet ready to know. Are still not ready to know, as your question reveals. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. You weren't ready, you still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions that only Paarthurnax can answer. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
path to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit. Use clear skies to open the way to Parthenax.
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strulmach, my mountain? Yes, Vaza, you speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech. Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser, aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits. Understand fire as the Dove do. What you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova. Ah, yes, Sosedo Vlostmul, that... Ah, I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No. You seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comet Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus. It cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zebach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lean Vokin. Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world? This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Zokravak Struma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos. What would you ask of me? Drem Yolok, greetings. Lok Thum.
Huh?
So, you spoke to Paarthurnax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? Well, so be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. Perhaps not, but this shout was used once before. Have you considered that Alduin was not... Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of... If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn. Wind, guide you.
I used to dream of it. In the dream... Ah, you're back. I hope you've made some progress on tracking down this shout we need to defeat Alduin. Ah, indeed. There's a pretty puzzle. Not the kind of thing you will find in your local bookshop. I'm sure you'll manage, though. Do you know the College of Winterhold? They have a deep interest in such arcana.
You're in luck. There is a blessing the blades used on the eve of battle. I doubt the blessing's effects would last for very long. So ask whenever you're heading out, and I'll perform the proper rites.
Haven't you been paying attention to anything I've said? Only if we can just find out, or not, There's no guarantee. Then came the flash of light.
What do you need, Dragonborn?
Within the clouds that mark the border.
The Thalmor hunted us down, remember? It wasn't exactly great for but we have a headquarters of a sort now. We will rebuild the Blades. If you find anyone you think would make a good recruit, I can... Remember, though, being a Blade is a lifelong commitment. Their loyalty has to be with us.
I've got your back.
Once they're in.
Closer. Definitely not
You lead, I'll follow.
What do you need, Dragonborn? Are you sure? I'll need to ask them. Very well. If you find any more candidates, you there. The Dragonborn wishes to give you the chance to join the Lost Guardians of Tamriel, the Dragon Slayers, the Blades. Do you wish to become a Blade?
I do.
Are you willing to trade away all claims and titles of your former life? To live here and devote yourself to protecting Tamriel from danger?
I do.
Then by my right as acting Grandmaster, I name you a Blade, with all the privileges, rights, and burdens that brings. Godspeed.
Dragonborn, what do you need? Lead the way. By my honor, I pledge to... I am sworn to carry your burdens. Let's get... going then.
Close. You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Now ain't this a surprise? Wait and count out your coin. ain't this a surprise?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. A letter. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Azura has seen your coming, traveler. It was not curiosity, but fate that has led you here. Azura has given me the gift of foresight. I had a vision of you walking up the steps to this altar long before you were born. You have been chosen to be her champion. I know it is unexpected, but do not worry. It will all unfold as she has predicted. You must go to a fortress, endangered by water, yet untouched by it. Inside, you will find an elven mage who can turn the brightest star as black as night. It is cryptic, I know, but Azura's signs are never wrong. I believe the fortress may refer to Winterhold. Ask if they know this elven enchanter. My people, the Dunmer, built it. We fled from Morrowind after Vardenfell. Those of us... This shrine is our thanks to her, that none will forget that she watches over us.
They're reforming the Dawn Guard. About casting spells all day. In the old...
You ask me. Nothing to do here but drink.
Careful with that fire. Very funny. I'm sure you've noticed. So I'll sell whatever I can. I've been burned a few times. Made a few bad deals. Yeah, it was stupid. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused. Some line about this clothing and ink. Something about play. What was I thinking? I don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold. Fine. Here. You get killed on account. But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you? Until next time.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence... The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort. Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards. Do you really have the voice? I would be most impressed to see that. So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on. Certainly. Concentration spell. You'll also need... Focusing solely on flames... I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. Why specifically stars? Wait, you aren't referring to... No. There's no way you would know. It was a few years ago. A few of the mages got overconfident and were exiled. They had no talent anyway. I hear one of them, Nellikar, still hangs around the frozen hearth. Guess he has nowhere else to go, poor thing. Take a look. Mirabelle will be waiting.
I'm a blade now. I am at your command.
No matter what, the college will endure. Take a look. be waiting for you.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. No? Well, then she hasn't gotten to you yet. But she will. And don't you believe a word of it. My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh, no. I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you. Oh, I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated. Mirabelle?
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching you, all of you, very closely. Your superior and I were simply having a discussion about my level of access to the college. Well, perhaps that is why you're merely an apprentice here. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. I shall be quite capable of observing everything that goes on. I am an advisor to the Archmage. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusted. Now that stability has been established between the to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better
Welcome
future.
to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some... Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I had heard about. Check it out. But be careful. I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them. Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian and devoted all his time to research and study, but more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us. The strongholds keep to themselves. Skyrim hasn't always been kind to the orcs. For an outsider like you to be accepted, an orc would have to make you blood kin and send word to the chiefs. Trust like that is not freely given. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. What about? Wait, were you the one the Greybeards were calling? I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. And what do you plan to do with it? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper question. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. Ah, you think that even if I did, it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. I don't know who told you. I'll bring So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. All right, then. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
I don't want to see you treat... Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this. Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since. You need a book? You talk to me. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a lot of pain. I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book...
Here, you go through me.
Huh?
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be...
The local Nords may not like us very much.
But we've only
But
just
they don't...
arrived here.
Sure is. I've got another client. All right. Here's the name and location of the client. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you.
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Is that so?
See, he agreed with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's all. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it. With the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know. Does that cover everything? No, I suppose we haven't. Brillina Marion of Helstel. Now I'm here to study conjuration. That's what's important. So far, if only because I just want to learn. I know I don't like the way he looks. I can't tell if he expects me to blow myself up or to try and murder. Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold. After, others Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now.
I suggest we
What's
meet
left
here
of
too,
is a
eh?
husk.
It's good to see
Only
another
the college
Nord.
really remains.
I feared I'd be the only one.
Now. Thank you.
Almost doesn't feel like Skyrim, being so far away from the rest of the world here. Not at all. I consider it a blessing. I know he's from the Thalmor, and that he claims to be... Oh, shh. The college is a bit of an... Well, look at the evidence. Throw in the Oblivion, and finally, take the fact that the college is the only thing left standing after most of Winterhold was destroyed.
You are new, yes?
It's
Have you
all
mastered
very
the expert-level destruction spells yet? Ah, this is good.
It is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with Jizargo. Oh yes, Jizargo. Hopefully small things that fit inside pockets and will not be noticed if they are. There is much for Jizargo. There is skill in magic. There is... Oh, the only reason you could disagree is because mages insist Skyrim was not Jizargo's first choice.
Lords don't trust magic or those that use it.
Removed from politics, dedicated to study.
I have many important
This is the place for Jizargo to
Your
become
concerns are not among them.
What you are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Sir, I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid... We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned. It shapes... The college is a place where we can focus. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you, the Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. All right, then. I trust you aren't considering any thief. It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please, don't do anything to anger. It is not the place of the college to become involved in local politics. Someday the college may be fully accepted. Need something?
Huh?
What you learn here will last you... It's no secret that the college's reputation is... Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. It is not the place of the college to become involved in local politics.
seemed to think the day would never come. So, you broke the binding spell, did you? Matters little. Their souls are trapped in oblivion, all the same, and here I stay. Where I belong is back aboard my ship on the Abyssian. You've no hope of defeating me, pup. Don't bother. Why not broker a bargain instead? Those kids are dead anyway. Killing me won't bring them back. I, on the other hand, have done quite a bit with my time on Mundus. Release me, and I'll share a bit of my wealth with you. Years back, I had to ferret away some booty nearby. We'd sunk an Imperial galleon off the coast. Good plunder, but we needed to travel light. We stashed what we couldn't carry, and I hid it with a trick I know. I can point you in the right direction, and we'll each go our separate ways. Names have power, lad. You should know by now. Just say, Velik Sane, I release you, and poof, I'm on my way. There's a smart lad. Take the map. The loot's hidden there. It'll show its... Where am I? There's so... Where I belong is have no hope of defeating me. My mother, who